everyone, and I'm sorry that I have not uploaded in a long time. It's just that I've been really busy. And let me try that again, because the game was being really loud. Sorry everyone for not uploading for a while. It's been a really busy week for me, so I haven't actually had time to do this. But I'm going to make up for it for 2 or 3 videos today. I don't know exactly. Depends on how long it takes to make this one, but today we have a challenge. It's not a suggested challenge, but if anyone has a challenge they wish to suggest, please suggest it in the comments, because I am running out of ideas, and it would be greatly appreciated. So, today, you may ask, what is with this abomination we have in front of you on your screen? Well, it's my attempt at making a good, decent Duna lander. Now, you may think, are you serious? This hunk of junk is gonna make it to Duna? No, not really. Because if you check here, I have quite a few mods. Yeah, I don't even have a close to enough Delta V to do it, even if I was a pro, and I'm not. Because I have a different tactic for how I'm gonna do this. You see, I even took the time to give this some story. I even took the time to give this stupid challenge some story, alright? So, I don't know if I had this before on my channel, but I tried to make an FTL. I basically took this little main sail engine here, copied all its files, edited its files so it used up more fuel quicker, and made way more thrust. And same with the stabilizer. I took this and made it so that it's got more torque, but it uses more energy, and renamed that as FTL Stabilizer. Did not frickin' work. But the story of this is that, hopefully everyone knows of the Kraken, which is like basically the god of Kerbal space program. They were so nice as to tweak the FTL system a little bit. They showed us the flaw, and they even gave us a little bit of a better idea. And now most people think the Kraken's deadly mean person, but as long as you're on their good side, I'm pretty sure that the Kraken is a pretty nice person. And so the way we have this set up is the way the Kraken told me how to do this is you need if you're gonna have this sort of setup, it can be used as landing engines and FTL, but you know, you gotta make sure that it's not gonna crash into your landing legs, and that's what I've done here by putting this beam in. And on that, you then need to attach 3 fuel tanks. And it doesn't matter where you attach them. You can attach them at the bottom one, the top one, the middle one, just as long as there's at least 3 FLT800 fuel tanks straight up. And you need at least 4 of those on any part of your ship, and you can put whatever you want on them. And then you need TweakScale, and you need to put the main sail scaled down on there. And mainly I put that on there because it gives more thrust when it's scaled down than one of these two do, which is useful. It's also shorter. It's also shorter. Tiny bit shorter, but still shorter. So there you go. That's what we did, and we also gave it some thermal control systems, a lot of freaking struts, some boosters to get us up into the air, and then basically, this is a story. This isn't actually a mod or anything that I've got installed. You would use Alt F12 to bring up the set orbit thing, and then you would do that. But the way I'm going to limit myself is I can't go through the planetary system I am currently in. So if I have to point through Kerbin, I can't do it. If I have to point through the moon, I can't do it. Minmus, we're gonna exclude because it's kind of hard to tell if we're pointing at Minmus. But if we're pointing at either through the moon or through Kerbin, we can't do it. And so that's also the rules if we're going anywhere else. So if we had to take this to, say, Moho, or we need to take this to Lathe, or Joule, or wherever, right? We can't jump through planets. We can jump through planets in other planetary systems, but we can't jump through the planet we're currently orbiting around, and we can't jump through any of the moon. We can't jump through the closer moons of it. So we can't jump through Gilly, we can't jump through Eve, we can't jump through Moho, we definitely can't jump through the Sun. We couldn't jump through Ike if we were jumping from Duna. We couldn't jump through Duna. We couldn't jump through Jewel, and so on. We couldn't jump from, like, the first 2 or 3 moons, as long as it's visible from orbit, around Jewel, and we can't jump through Elu. Or Drez. Does Drez have a moon? I don't know. I've never been there before. But that's pretty basic. It's gonna be limiting, so we just don't go, okay, I'm up in, that way I don't just go right through here, and then have my ship, say, pointing upside down, so I'm pointing at Duna, and then just jump it right to Duna. We have to get it up into space. Doesn't have to be in orbit, as long as it's in space, and we can't point through the moon or Kerbin. Now, we're not actually putting any launch stability enhancers on here, because it just sits there on its engines, and it's fine with the amount of struts we have. This thing takes a little bit to get up. It takes like a minute or 2 to get up, rather than, because there's some people who are really good at making spacecraft, and they'll just like be able to get up and around and into a circularized orbit in the time it takes this thing to get up. So, you ready to see the blazing speed this thing can go at? This is blazing speed, isn't it? This is top speed. We're gonna stick it down to 2/3. So, we've strapped on extra fuel. In the form of these sets of LT800 fuel tanks on the sides, going to these twin bore engines. I don't know how effective the twin bore engines are. I don't care. I've also strapped on a bunch of back thumpers. Those ones decouple because they have less fuel in them, and we get to watch they explode beneath us. No? Oh, they didn't explode on each other. Oh, but they'll explode on the launch pad, right? Nope, they're now falling away from each other. You can see their shadows. Oh, he's gonna win, he's gonna win, he's gonna hit the ground first. Yay! Oh, they're out. Just gonna point ourselves a little bit there. And you can see those ones collide in midair. And then we just need to go this way a little bit. Engage our engines a bit more. And we just gotta get into an arc. We don't actually have to get into an orbit. We just have to get into an arc minimum. Now, we have, yeah, right there, IR launcher relays. The IR stands for information relay. Okay, so we have those information relays to relay the information from when we get to Duna. So when we get to Duna, over there, what's exploding? Something is exploding. When we get to Duna, those things, we have one set up around Duna. We have 2 set up around Duna. We have one around the polar orbit, and we have one around an equatorial orbit around Duna. And then we have one around an equatorial orbit around Kerbin, and then one around the Sun. And that is to relay all the information we get from soil samples, the samples of everything, all the tools that we've brought along with us on the spacecraft, to study Duna. And also, we have these special scanners here that we have to use in orbit. Oh, frick, these survey scanners. We're going to use those in a Dunian orbit, and we're also going to do that in Kerbin orbit as well when we come back to Kerbin. So it's going to be a pretty basic way that we're doing this. We're just going to wait until these twin bores run out of fuel, really. And once they've run out of fuel, we'll just quickly hop on to the next stage. So they're really quite close to running out of fuel, and any minute now they're going to run out of fuel. Then once they've run out of fuel, we'll decouple them, but we want to make sure they're completely out of fuel, because sometimes, nope, they didn't do their weirdo thing. So those decouple, sending all of that extra fuel with them, and we'll just activate those a little bit, and destroy our ship a bit. Yeah, that's definitely what we're going to want to do. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. So basically, the moon's over there, so we're good. Don't need to worry about pointing through the moon. And Duna is somewhere in that direction. I can't remember exactly where, but we have now safely gotten away. We're going to now point towards the target with our SAS, and look at that. Bam. We're not even pointing through Kerbin, and we're not pointing through the moon. I already checked. We're not pointing through the moon. can see the moon's way over there, and the only chance we'll actually be pointing at it is if we're pointing through the planet. So, now we bring up our cheats menu. We just have to find Duna. Gotta select Duna. We select it to 0 so we can get the minimum, and then we need to give it, that can just be 0. And then we need inclination needs to be 90, because if it's not 90, then we can't do a thing. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. So do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. That's the minimum amount of digits of zeros, and then we're around Duna. Ta-da! And we have a direct connection to the Space Center because we're connected to that relay, which is connected to that relay, which is connected all the way to the thing. So we're connected to there, to there, to there. So we should be, we should be far away enough from Duna to do what I wanted to do. We are just going to warp until it's daytime, though, on Duna, because I wish to be able to see. No, I just want to warp there. I really just want to be where there's sun. I don't want to not be able to see. So we actually have a decent connection to the Space Center, which is good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually have to land this thing on Duna, because we're carrying out a lot of things on Duna that require you to land on Duna. So we are still connected, no problem. We are just directly connected to that relay instead, because it's really cool how this thing is able to detect. So there's Duna's beautiful, magnificent poles. And we're at a consistent height all the time, pretty much. We're just 0.6 of a meter off, so whatever. But now we can find one of those orbital surveyor thingies. There we go. Survey scanner, we can deploy it. And ding, we can do perform orbital survey. That's going to send the information via one of our communotrons. Let's pick to that one. It's going to upload the data through that information relay that I had. And then toggle overlay. Oh, okay. And if we resource, let me see what resource is. I'm just able to find. And you can get different cutoff and stuff, which is cool. So there's that stuff done. We can use one of our narrowband scanners to activate the scanner. And it can do some information scanning for us, so we must quickly find you. Transmit some data that we're getting from this guy. So it's spy on its poles, and can find that, and it's done. Okay, that should be good. So we should be able to just, we can have CurbNet access, we can see stuff. We can have different field of view options, which does literally nothing. And resource colors. So you can see different things there, but there we go. So there's all that, really. That's all we can really do from orbit. Yeah, that's just about it. So, that's not it for the video, obviously. We're still gonna have to keep doing stuff out. Let's just quickly find all these parachutes we're gonna use. All of you guys are going to deploy extra early, and I just want to make sure that I got that on all the parachutes. I didn't. It's only on the one parachute that it actually selects. But if I select it, yeah, there we go. Can then just make sure all the chutes are deploying at the right time. And if we just check for, you should already be done. And then if we just select them instead, we can right click you. Okay, you're already good. You're already good. You're not. You should be. Okay. And if we just deselect them all, then we'll go back. Okay. I just want them to deploy earliest as possible, because that can help slow us down. Okay. We are now going to quickly just set it to a 0. So we're just going to be on the not polar orbit. You need a polar orbit to do the thing. So, now what we need to do is we need to point retrograde. Bring this up. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to fire up our engines just the tiniest bit. Just until this reaches, I believe it's 50,000 or something? No. I believe it was 6,000 or something like that. Because Kerbin is like 30 something. So if we do like, what I'm going to do for the periapse is I'm going to bring it nice and low, like a little bit lower than that, a little bit lower than that, a little bit lower than that. Apparently cutting through the planet, but okay. So we're going to now enter into the atmosphere, and yeah. So we just need to make sure we're pointing prograde, because that's the direction. This has a blader on it, as you can see, but we're not sending just this down. We need other things as well, like all this stuff being carried over here. Stupid dog barking. Stuff. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a bunch of inflatable things. Inflatable heat shields on the end. I think we'll actually wait until daytime to show you that. Yeah, actually we can probably warp until here. So if we go back through the map, here we go. Here's my beautiful spacecraft. After it's automatically slowing down because we're getting closer to the atmosphere and stuff. So we've actually technically hit atmosphere now, but it's still going to let us keep going. And there we go. It's done. And this will automatically point us back prograde. So here's my setup. We have some decouplers as well here with some separatrons to allow this to go away once we've used them up. So now that they've inflated, basically that's just going to protect the orbital surveyor and stuff. This just has its own ablator, so we should be okay with that. We just have to fall through the atmosphere really now. We haven't really gone very far through the atmosphere, so we'll just skip 5 minutes by time warping at 2 times time warp. So, because we've actually hit atmosphere, so we're going to hit 4 times time warp. We've hit atmosphere, so once I see re-entry effects, yeah, we'll go. We also have thermal info. Ah, yes, I'll show up over here. So we have heat stuff, so you can see the thermal stuff. We can see the critical part, the hottest part. So apparently a parachute's the hottest right now. But eventually it'll switch from what it is now to these. Coolest part is a generator, for some reason. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use those to decouple them away, get them out of our way when we're done. And then we deploy our parachutes and burn retrograde as soon as we can, basically. Yep, you can see hardest part is now the shields, the heat shields now that we have. So we really need to be careful because we are coming in quite quickly. But we're coming in at a decent angle, actually. We're coming in at a pretty steep angle, to be completely honest. Alright, let's regular time warp now. And if we just burn prograde, that'll keep it where it is right now, which is actually kind of where we want it to be. But we don't want it slowing us down or keeping us going, so we just want to try and fall through this as much as possible. If we look at the altitude terrain, that's actually telling us the altitude from the terrain, the ground, which will change actually quite a bit depending on whether or not we're above a hill, a mountain, or whatever. This is just from sea level. This is from the terrain, which can be very useful for if we're about to hit terrain in the dark with no lights on. But we're not landing in the dark with no lights on. We're landing in the sunlight. You can see there's Ike just rising in the distance. That looks amazing. Actually, no, it's setting. It's setting. Ike is setting. That's really cool. But once we land, it'll just disappear because we're barely even through atmosphere. We're not even very thick through atmosphere. The atmosphere doesn't even start causing re-entry and heat effects until you're at about 5 kilometers above or something like that. We'll actually see it. Yeah, we're getting drag, see? So if we keep it on prograde, nope, we're getting way too much drag. Not even that keeping us alive. Yeah, point us prograde. Keep us prograde. Or as prograde as you can get us. I'm just gonna keep that going. Ah, frick. I don't know. We should be okay, maybe? I'm just gonna keep pushing us forward because I think we're landing. Yeah, we're gonna land sort of in hills area, which means we might actually rely on using our engines more than our parachutes, because our parachutes would deploy way too late. But for the majority, I think we're actually, for the majority, mainly through the most of the atmosphere. We've actually gotten past those re-entry area. See, it's safe to deploy the parachutes, so we're going to... Oh no, we're getting a lot of drag. Okay, keep us retrograde as best you can, bud. Ditch those, so those will go away. Dude. Parachutes, parachutes, parachutes. Full retrograde burn, full retrograde burn. Frick, 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 frick. We're only a few hundred meters above the ground right now. All my parachutes have deployed. Frick. Okay, use the abort action group? Tried using my abort action group. Frick. Full power, full power, full power. Need the landing lights out. Land, 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 land. Why are we not landing? Frick, 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 frick. Land, 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 land. Land. Oh, that's upside down. We don't want to be upside down. We don't want to be upside down. Incoming pain, incoming pain, incoming pain. Damage, 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 damage. Frick, 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 frick. Are you kidding me? This did just fine when I was testing it earlier. That's ridiculous. Come on. I didn't quick save either. Should have worked just fine. But now we can't. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've quick saved and stuff, so we can try several different ways of doing it if it doesn't work initially. And yeah, so we're just gonna send this thing round into Dunian atmosphere. And so we're just gonna go. Did an autosave. I don't care about an autosave because I did my own quick save. Oop. I have received a message from someone. Hang on. I'm trying to handle two things at once. I've just got to keep an eye on that. That's not right. There we go. Alright, now that that thing's been dealt with. Full times time warp that we can currently do before it resets us, down to there, because we've hit atmosphere, so we're going to deploy those open. And we're going at a much more relaxed angle. We're not going to cut through the planet. We're going to do that. So full times time warp. I really hope this works this time. So I've got all my parachutes to go off on the abort action group, which I believe is backspace. I think it's backspace. I don't know if it's backspace. We'll see. If it is backspace, then it'll work. If it's not, then I'll just have to click that. It's no problem. I remember it being backspace, but like I said, I don't remember if I remember correctly. And so we're just gonna go into Dunian atmosphere. This time we're gonna have all the parachutes deploy rather than just the like 2 sets of 4 we had here, so 8 of them. We're now gonna have a lot. So we've got 8 there, right? And then 9, or we'll do the even numbers first. So we've got 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20, 22, 24, 25 parachutes going off. Hello, Ike. How are you? We're gonna land on your parent planet here. We're just conducting some research on your friend planet. Hope you don't mind. Oh, frick, we have a terrible connection. And we're no longer connected. Thankfully, we have full crew control. We are no longer connected to anything because we don't have enough. We don't have the right angle. Frick. Oh, frick. Okay, so now is the time that we do a small burn. Just to allow for my engines to... Just to allow for my SS to keep us going, because these have a slight gimbal. And so that gives a little bit more angle to it. So we've entered the atmosphere already, and we're through, I think. We've managed to bypass through the atmosphere. And we now want to go full power right now. Because we want to get out of this mountainous area. We do not want to land on a mountainous area. Oh, frick, oh, frick, oh, frick. Okay. So now we're going to ditch these. So those are actually going to go slower than we are. We're going to point retrograde now. Thanks, SAS, for not doing what I told you to. Okay, you really suck at this, SAS. Yeah, backspace worked. Risky, but they've been armed. I'm gonna use my... There we go. Alright, parachutes have been fully deployed. Well, not all of them. They've not been deployed. They've been deployed. Oh, they are all deployed. I guess they go from the actual ground height then. But they didn't do it because it was risky. But once I slowed down enough for them to be safe, then we're good. And I do not want you to continue pointing retrograde. Actually, no. Keep doing that. But only until it reaches us to the middle, and then I want you stability assisting. And just there. Keep us there. Ah, whatever. So we want to actually point retrograde, because that's going to burn us in the right direction. And we should probably deploy my gear. Okay. So what I did last time was I was in a more panicked version. Those don't care. I don't care if those things explode. So those ones actually have hit. That one hasn't. That one has. And that one actually survived, kind of. That's cool. And that one's about to hit. Kablooey? Oh, you're gonna land over there. Kablooey. Yeah. Oh, but that one exploded. That one survived a little bit too. Okay. So we have all the parachutes deployed. That's a lot of parachutes. Like I said, there's 25 of them. And we have, our little rover dude. But we're gonna keep him attached, because if we keep him attached until we actually land, then we're good. We have Jeb. I didn't know we had Jeb. I thought Jeb had died. Jeb died a while ago, but he's alive. Jeb's back. Yay. Jeb's back. So, yeah. Oh, frick, we're getting kind of close to the ground. We are not landing on a very flat surface, are we? Frick. We're not landing on a remotely flat surface. Let's just hope that we can stick to the ground here. Don't point retrograde. Stop pointing retrograde. That's what screwed us over last time. We kept pointing retrograde. Oh, frick, 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 frick. Full power, full power, full power. Just for a short hop. We're gonna hop down over there. No, not again, not again, not again, not again. Frick, it happened again! Good! This game is annoying. Screw this whole frickin' ship. I hate this right now. Oh, are we gonna land it now? Because I did that. Come on, land, 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 land. No, 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 no! Okay. Let's quick load. That's not quick load. Quick load. And we're going to now full power it until we are literally just dropping straight. We're just going to find a relatively flat surface on Duna. See, we don't want to land over there. We want to land... Actually, no, that actually seems like a good spot to land. So we're going to warp there. So we're going to warp until we get to the point that we want to land. Actually, there-ish. Cancel, cancel, cancel. If we start burning about there, that'll be a better angle to go at. Basically, what I'm planning is that we land somewhere that's flat. Like, say, here. Where we want to land. And then we fall basically straight down. So we just burn retrograde until we're directly straight down. Just gonna go plummet into the planet. Like this. And retrograde burn. Engage. We're just gonna cut the engines only once we slow down to the point where we're going to just land. So basically once we hit about 0 meters per second. Because we're gonna land on that area there. Because that's a flat enough area for us to land from what I can see from orbit. And I've done it from QuickSave where I've already done this. So we're just going to try and get to the point where we are landing because we are going to go straight down. Hopefully. I don't think it's going to happen, but it might. So we want to wait for that orbital period to go down to 0 because it can't figure out why, because we aren't actually orbiting anymore, is what I'm hoping for. Because yeah, if we just take it head on, we'll be fine, even. Although, we are using a lot of fuel already. But if we're coming at less of an angle, it'll be better. Alright, now that we're better off for this, we should be able to point prograde. And already, we should probably have had those deployed. Because it's going to be like almost immediately after we hit prograde. Prograde is actually not pointing in the direction I really want it to be. Frick, 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 we've gone past frick it. See, this controls like a plane. Because they've set it up that way. So we just want to land it like that. Stability assist, help me. Yeah, that'll deal with the rotation. Because we're not going at that angle. You really think we'd be going at that angle? No. We're going at this angle, you idiot. Now hold there. No. Hold where I point you. Because we're plummeting almost directly straight down. Slow us down. Yeah, we want prograde. Now we want prograde because that's going to be the direction we're falling in. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit me with your re-entry effects, if you even have any. Oh, frick. We are... Why did I choose to land on a very tall hill? Why did I do these? Why do I do these things? Parachute's pre-going. Because we're actually following... Okay, let's just point retrograde and basically full power it. Just to slow ourselves down. We can ditch those things now. Because we want to try and slow ourselves down as much as we can, because those parachutes aren't going to deploy anytime soon. They're not actually going to deploy at all. Basically, entirely. There we go, there they go, there they go, there they go, there they go. Okay, they're going to do the majority of slowing us down. Okay. This time I'm hoping we're landing in a more flat area, because last time we landed over there where there's more hills. Here is more flat. And this is probably one of the flattest areas on Juna to land. And those are just going to go sailing past us. Okay. We can actually go quite fast. We can actually wait for a while before we even burn. Because it's still quite far. But we have to continue. We gotta remember that we have to actually be able to burn up and get out of the atmosphere before we warp back to Kerbin. And we're also gonna do a thing around Kerbin's polar orbit to do this thing that we did earlier. We're gonna wait until we get to about 500 meters, and then we'll go back to 1 times time warp. Alright, so we've hit 500 meters from the surface. If you look carefully, you can see Juna's surface is quickly approaching us. And at about 100 meters from the surface, we're going to start to burn to slow ourselves down. Actually, no, I think 250 might be a better idea. Just because we're getting really close now. And we don't want to hit the ground too quickly. If we hit the ground quickly at all, in any way, we're done for. So we just want to very slowly bring it down. Once we get about 5 meters from the ground, we might have to do a hard burn. See, this is a much flatter area to be landing at. Look at this. We're just burning to keep ourselves nice and low. Come on, don't fall over, don't fall over. Yay! It hasn't fallen over yet. And it's balancing on the landing legs. We've landed on Juna. Finally, it worked. Okay, we can now close the top. But we won't, because we need to do some stuff. So we need to arm the elevator. We need to open the door. And we want to also push space to release our little guy who just falls safely down to the surface. So we're going to can you refill the parachutes from there? You can. We just need to repack all these chutes. We need at least these guys. And we'll have the ones on the side here repacked. Because thankfully he's like right next to it, so he's able to grab as many new parachutes as he needs to repack these. I swear I laid 3 down. I did. It's really difficult to get that last one. There we go. And then there, repack the chute. I don't think he's got enough reach. Yeah, he doesn't have enough reach to get these ones here. But he can get the ones that are right next to him, so. Barely even reached that one there. Hang on. There we go. Repack that chute. Because that's barely even visible. There we go. There's all the chutes near him. Good. We can close the top up now. Jeb's doing a bit of a jig for some reason. Oh, by the way, this is, I don't know if it is where you live, but where I live, it's St. Patrick's Day. So, there's that. So he's doing a jig. He's doing an Irish jig. I don't think we can reach these at all. No, we can't. Okay. Now, you see, the uselessness of this elevator is this. It's jittery, and the Kerbals will just fall when they use it to go down. But the usefulness is that it's useful for going up with. Because it helps, because, you know, Kerbals can't jump and get... Oh, they can. Barely, but they can. But we will just leave that there. Okay, now we just need to quickly switch to the lander itself. Open the big cargo bay, which is right there, which has the beautiful little rover we have. Which you can hop into. There we go, we can hop right into it. You should be able to, there we go. He just pushes it. Oh frick, don't break the damn thing. Okay. It wants to do an Irish jig too. Alright, we just need to get this thing off of here. Come on, come on, come on. 5. I made this thing purposely heavy, so it was meant to be able to get off. Oh crap, the Kerbal's head is colliding with it. Jeb, get out. You'll need to... That's one way to get it off, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's one way. Can you get into the seat now? Seat is obstructed. Okay, let's just see what happens if we close the big cargo bay. It's getting lifted up a bit. Cancel that, cancel that, cancel that. Frick, I detonated it. I broke it a bit. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, the rocket's fine. What happened to the rover? The seat has been destroyed. Are you kidding me? The seat got destroyed, so the Kerbal can't get in it now. Are you kidding me? I finally managed to get to a point where I could land the damn thing, and now it doesn't actually work. So I managed to land it, but then I couldn't actually get the freaking rover out. Oh no, that's dumb. Okay, well at least we know somewhere where I can land. I'll be right. Alright, so I'm back, and we're planting a flag after a successful landing. Success. We have had our first successful landing on another planetary body. You can read the plaque. Plaque on success reads, we have had our first successful landing on another planetary body. So there we go. There's that, and he's got a surface sample. Now let's hop into this and go and do a little bit of science around the place. And we have a remote control, but we also have crew control, so as long as we can just remember where the thing is, we're fine. But if, say, he goes unconscious because of G-forces or something, then we're fine. Because, yeah, let's see if we can get it from here. No, other than that one. Because I already, oh, shoot! That's why we have quick saves. Or I'll have to do all that stuff again. But before we even do anything, we need to quickly switch back to Jeb. Quickly. Jeb. Jeb. Run, 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 run. Because the last time I did this, or the first time I did this, it just got away from me. Just decided it was gonna leave, which was annoying in and of itself. Alright, we got this thing out. I'm gonna give you less brakes. You more brakes. And no motor. You have no motor. But you have more brakes. And you keep your motor. Okay, so now he can drive around using his vehicle. Don't fall over already. So we can go and do stuff. So we're gonna park ourselves here. And we are going to get Jeb to leave the seat. And he's gonna have a little bit of a run, take a surface sample, keep that, and plant his flag that we planted not long, like a few seconds ago. I'm just gonna say, rewrite that, success, and then say, we have had our first successful landing on another planetary body. Okay. And now, after we've done that, we are going to quick save. Just so that I've already got the thing out. So, what we're now going to do is we're going to do a quick test. So we're going to log the pressure data. Oh, okay. we have to actually get into the thing. Oh, wait, we don't have our antennas extended. Hang on, we need to jump over to this and get all the stuff extended. Actually, at least one. We only really need one. I'll have one of these ones in case. Basically, we're just gonna turn on everything on the one side. On the one thing. See, our connection went better when we had used when we used the high gain antenna. See, if we turn off the high gain antenna, both high gain antennas, and this one. It's like if we turn off all of them but one. Come on. There we go. Tracked. We have all of them. Yeah, see how we have a terrible connection, but we say put on one high gain antenna, and our connection, or this thing, also increases our connection. Gets better. See, look at this. Bam! Gets better just because I have more things extended. Because they're combinable. So their signal strength gets better by being combined. So there we go. So now we should have remote control of this vessel once we extend this. See, look. No signal, but we now have remote control from the vessel. So if we, say, got Jeb to get out, leave the seat, we could switch to this, to the thing. We can't control it. Ah, frick. Damn it. Stupid thing. It's because it doesn't have the thing. But now if we don't even need to move, we can just do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to log pressure data, keep that. So basically just trying to get as much stuff as we can from Dunian. So we're just log seismic data, and then run atmosphere analysis. And then if we get him to leave the seat, we can actually right click on this stuff and get the data from it. So we can take all the data we just got, give it to Jeb, and Jeb, if he grabs out his RCS, and we prepare the thing for him by arming the elevator. No, we don't. Oh my god. Close cargo bay, arm elevator, close top. Because we just need the elevator armed so that Jeb can land somewhere. Just so that he's got somewhere to land with his jetpack. Because the elevator on this craft is very buggy and doesn't really work like an elevator should. But just because the way Kerbal works, it's not actually going to work very well, so I just use jetpack, collision, board, all that stuff has been sent. Then using this, we can just transmit the data. We can actually get Jeb to get out again. And he could go in to grab more stuff for us. So we just bring out his RCS, and as he leaves, close the door. Okay, it doesn't even want to point in the direction I'm pointing. Okay, get up. See, watch. If I go here, it doesn't even... Ah, so space turns him now. It's different than it was before. They would just automatically go where you want them to. Which can be useful, but I tend to mistake space for going up, and then I don't go up, and then I just point wherever I'm going. And that can get kind of annoying. Oh my god, Jeb. Get up. Here we go. Now we can go around and just drive around and go somewhere else. So let's just drive around. We can get some more information, and then yeah. So we're gonna drive along. See, we can't actually transmit science because this doesn't do transmitting of stuff for long distances. It doesn't have enough distance to even relay it through there because he's not a relay. He doesn't act as a relay, and I don't have a connection to a relay. I have a connection to that, and that's it, which has a connection to other stuff, but I'm not getting a direct connection to Space Center, which means, yeah. But we have remote control from vessels, so if, say, Jeb went unconscious, they can remotely control it if they're a certain distance away. So this is about top speed for just those motors going, but we don't want to be going too quickly. We'll turn on these guys' motors just to get going a little bit faster up the hill, but yeah. Actually, no, it's better if we do this. We turn off your motor. We turn on your motor. I mean, it makes it much more dangerous to turn. So we're going to turn you off now. Especially because we're about to crest the hill now. Let's go over there. So I've strapped a lot of batteries onto this thing, so that I can keep going. And some generators so it keeps going for quite some time. And then once we're done this, we're done, and we can just get out of here. We can leave after a while. We still have a connection to the vessel, barely, but we do. We still have a really good connection, but whatever. And we're just gonna come over here. Not really gonna do too extensive of anything. We're just gonna start to slow down. Brakes on. Yeah, I was worried that might have happened. There we go. Alright, now Jeb, you need to get out. And you need to jump. Take your RCS off. Take a surface sample. I'm gonna, yay. And there we go. And we're now going to quickly hop back into the seat. I like how it says focus is Juno, but it's not focused on Juno. So that's already done its thing, but we're just logging stuff from a different location. Alright, and then we just gotta very carefully return back to the ship. Because you see, going up is no problem, but going down is kind of a problem. With a light rover like this, which weighs barely anything. Don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. I don't want this thing to flip. We're going 0.03 Mach. I don't want to be going 0.01 Mach down a hill. But yeah, we're going 0.05 Mach down a hill. I am reversing with my engines now. These ones, they're not doing anything. If we actually take off the brakes on you and just really turn down the brakes on you, we won't be braking there. We're still braking kind of from there. Oh frick, that's a big hill, that's a big hill. Okay, let's just turn off the brakes almost entirely on you. 15 brakes. The whole freaking thing just exploded. We don't have any brakes anymore. This has now just become a sled that has no reaction wheels whatsoever. That scared the crap out of me. There goes our atmosphere analysis. Everything should be okay. We just need to get this thing to stop. Which we're not getting. Stop. It's just a beam now with these different tools. Okay. Now we should just be able to get Jeb out. Jeb should just be able to leave the seat. So there's nothing left of the thing. Okay, well, that's fine. We were totally prepared for something like this to happen, and that's why we're not, leaving this. We're leaving all this stuff here. We are, in fact, shutting this whole rover down. It is going to be an abandoned little piece of debris at this point. We're just going to grab our RCS tool, just so that we can get over there a bit faster. Yeah, apparently, yeah, you can have SAS for some reason on a dude. Oh, that's what the SAS does. SAS makes you point. Okay, I want SAS on then. Okay. Slow it on down there. That's the ship. That's the spaceship. Ow. I did some damage to the spaceship. I think all I did was I destroyed those communications things. We're fine. We'll be fine. Just need to get close enough that I can open the door from here. Come on. Right there. Open door. Open door. Open door. Open door. Open the freaking door. And then get out over the frick. Frick, 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 frick. Okay. We're gonna go right up to it. And then jump up. Landed. Boarded. Cancel then. Okay, hang on. You put your RCS away. Is this done? Are we finished yet? What? Oh, we're out of electric charge. Shoot. Down, 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 down. See, we don't have a generator. Okay. I'm gonna give these things a thrust limiter of barely anything. 6.5 will be the thrust limiter, so that they can generate us a little bit more energy. But we're not going to even slam them to full power. We're going to be very careful. Be very careful and put them all to 6.5, you stupid thing. Okay. Now just a tiny, that's 8.5, 7.5, 5, 7, 3.5, 6.5. There we go. And so that should start producing us nothing. Shoot, shoot, shoot. No, 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 no. Frick. Well, we don't need that. Ah, we didn't need that. We didn't need that. We didn't need that. We didn't need that. We probably needed that. Okay, where's Jeb? Where's Jeb? Jeb, frickin' get in the frickin' ship. Oh, you're not even able to. You're stuck. No! Frick. Okay, I need to get this thing to stop moving, so we need to, right now, around Kerbin. Kerbin. Got us around Kerbin. We won't have Jeb with us, though. Jeb will be stuck there on Duna still. So now we need to quickly get back to Duna. Oh, frick, where's Duna? Duna, nope. Focus view. Okay. Now on Duna, we need to find Jeb. Jeb. Switch to Jeb. Then we need to find the thing and rendezvous with it so that he can then use his little thing. Oh, he's in the air and he's hit the ground. Ow. Okay, we now need to find... Okay, Jeb, get up, thank you. No. Duna lander. Okay. We should now be roughly 150 meters away from the lander. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Really be moving very much either. So we just gotta bring Jeb in into the ship. There's still landing lights deployed. Crew hatch is there, okay. No, we don't need to arm the elevator, but we can retract the landing legs. Okay, Jeb, I don't want you moving anywhere too much. I need to rotate this. Are you really? Oh, you're not going to be able to move because you have no Okay, so that's one major problem. Frick. Look at the crew hatch. Board. Mash B till I can board. Dump anyways. Okay, we can't actually transmit because this thing has no energy. Which means I know what I can do. I can get another spacecraft. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another spacecraft that's gonna take these guys in. All these guys. Or even we could push the thing. That's an idea. We could push it into re-entry. We ditch it. And just have all the Kerbals. Okay. So we need to take 7 Kerbals, I believe. 3, and then another 3, and then another 1. So we need to get 7 Kerbals. We could just get another one of those, and we probably will get another one of those because it's just able to carry them all. But then again, that's not able to move anywhere, so what we're actually gonna do is we're going to do this. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and we have this beautiful creation here. It's the SRV, the Space Rescue Vehicle. We have it equipped with a mini jump drive, which is invisible. You guys can't actually see it. It's inside the craft that just allows it to jump to within 150 meters of any spacecraft that is stranded. And we are now just moving over the last Kerbal from the stranded spaceship, because remember it had no energy left. So we're bringing them home via this SRV, and it's also come equipped with another thing that I'll show you in a second once I get this Kerbal inside. And we go back to the light side of the planet, because it's not going to look as cool without being on the light side of the planet. So we just simply have to just time warp until we go here. And it doesn't matter if we go too far away from it, because we'll just be able to teleport right back to it using my rendezvous. So we can just wait until it's on the daylight side so we can actually see stuff. It's over 1.2 kilometers now, but watch this. When it's it just will be close enough. It has to be roughly a kilometer, over a kilometer away for you to be able to jump to it, and it is. So we can jump. We have jumped 150 meters away from it, and there it is. So this thing has come equipped with, on the top here, as you can see, some missiles. Now what these missiles are going to do is we're going to be able to use our BDArmory tab that we have here, and we're going to blow this old thing up. We just have to pick that, and then arm, and then I didn't have a button to fire them, so just target it to that. Boom. But we will, is there anything left? Oh, there's that there we can target. It missed. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. That one as well. And it doesn't matter. So we fired off our ordnance, and that thing is now destroyed, and we can now just hit armed. So it's unarmed, and those will just fly off, and yeah, whatever, that's a lot of debris, but it's better than having a big old clump, and that will spread out eventually, and it's not like it's gonna fall through, but it might, and that's kind of weird, because it's keeping that. So if I just get that out of my vision, there we go. But yeah, look at that. Some of that's even gonna fall back down. Lots of that stuff is gonna fall back down. The only stuff that's really gonna stay in orbit is probably those missiles, but everything else has been slowed down enough that it's gonna crash. So that's gonna hopefully burn up in the atmosphere for the most part. Some other parts might burn up in the atmosphere. Now all we have to do is we just gotta untarget it, untarget whatever we've targeted, and point retrograde, and this thing has come equipped with a lot of parachutes, and so we are coming in to rescue these Kerbals, and yeah, so we can activate our engines here and full power them until we are gonna land on Kerbin. There we go, we're gonna land on Kerbin, but I wish to do it sooner, so we're gonna do this. We're just gonna, because we have quite a bit of fuel, he says, without having a lot of fuel. Yeah, that's a hopeful landing. Somewhere on land, and then we can just time warp until we get there. We've reached atmosphere. So we're going to continue to point retrograde. Now we're going to actually get quite a bit of re-entry effects in a minute here, but I'm sure we'll be fine, considering we'll probably end up spinning out of control. Yep, re-entry, 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 but we should be okay. Yeah, we're slowing down nice and quickly. We're going really quite slowly when we came in. And now we just need to slow ourselves on down to the best of our ability. Once we run out, we just have to activate our parachutes and hope that we slow down. Yeah, drogue chutes activate. And all our main parachutes have activated at the same time. So we've successfully managed to get these guys down. If we, I'll obviously speed this up in editing, but yeah, there you go. There's the landing. Successful splashdown. So there we go. There's our successful splashdown. We've successfully landed, and now these guys need rescuing. These guys need rescuing now. No, they don't, because we can just recover them with our magical boats of awesomeness that we can send out there. So thanks for watching, and I know it's taken a long time, but that's why you're getting a longer video this time. Even though it took me a really long time to upload, you're getting a new extra long video today, so there you go. Look, we brought everyone back safely. Yay! And if we look at the tracking station, we can just see that there's a bunch of stuff that is burning up in the atmosphere, or possibly even already burned up in the atmosphere. Yep. You can see, look at all, that's a lot of different, like, all the different relays that we have. See, there's all those relays that we got a big triangle of. But, yeah, if you think about it, those parts have survived. Some parts have survived, that's fine. A couple of those parts have survived, but lots of them have, crashed into the planet. So there we go. That was a successful Duna landing, research, takeoff, and landing back on Kerbin. That was successful, I'd say. More successful than the past two missions, where missions in brackets, or not brackets, in quotations, missions, because didn't really do very well. We kind of exploded a lot, considering we crashed into the moon twice. Because that's not fun. I don't like that. Oops. We tried to land on the moon. Well, actually, first we tried, I think it was like to land on the moon or something like that. I think I was trying to land on the moon first. I was trying to set up a base, or I was trying to land on the moon with a probe, which I successfully did, then failed to bring it back, so we didn't really get any of the information about that. We only saw a little bit of probe information about that, and then when we looked at, we then went and we tried to land a base on the moon, but that's failed several times. But we managed to get a spaceship to go to and land on Duna, which is pretty good. and take off and survive and come back, even though if it was in pieces and all the Kerbals had to come back in a separate ship. And we spent several $1 billion working on that, but we still did fine. We did good. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this extra long video because I've not uploaded in a while. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.